upload my license plate, or if we're going too fast, don't.
Right. John's got this Model 3 here.
Yeah.
And it's got a big old screen here, and going for a bit of a cruise. I've never been in a Tesla before. There's the speedometer. Oh, and it's got a sensor alongside of it too. Wow.
Yep.
So how's the control, the turning, and everything?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's one of the best cars I've ever driven.
Does it have it has the autopilot feature, right?
Oh yeah.
So how does that work? Does it just use the sensors to read the road lines or something?
It does a lot of stuff, but yeah, that's one of the things. So like, if I wanted to do it right now, I would just go.
Oh my god.
It doesn't see red lights, so I gotta keep my foot near the brake just in case.
Right.
And also, when you go through crossings, sometimes it gets confused.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I could probably get confused over here. Yeah. That's really freaking cool. That's really cool. You just use the GPS voice control and... Whoa! Jesus Christ! That thing took off like a rocket.
Yeah.
I should have expected that.
Yeah.
So you just press a few buttons for that, and then...
No, it's this guy. So this guy, if you push it down, it goes into drive. If you push it up, it goes to reverse. But it won't go in reverse if you're driving faster than 10 kilometers an hour.
I see. It's recognizing the cones over here.
Yep.
It's recognizing this biker in the middle of the, that was really interesting.
So, I mean, it does have its share of bugs.
Right. But, it's a brand new type of, a relatively new type of...
Yeah, and the cool thing is that, so this car has its own OS, so kind of like an iPhone, it can do over-the-air updates where I'll download a new OS version and it'll have like all these new features and stuff. But at the same, like, independent of that, the autopilot feature and like the self-driving kind of like machine learning stuff, that is independent from the OS and it gets updated constantly. So not only are you learning from your own driving, but you're periodically learning from all of the driving of all of the Tesla drivers around the world. So like, they literally take all of the stuff that they learned from driving and kind of like compare notes.
I see. So it's like a cloud sourcing, basically. I noticed when you had it on the autopilot and you slowed down, but it got close to this car here, and it automatically stopped, right? Or what did it do?
Yes, it automatically stopped.
Wow, it's fascinating. I'll tell you what, Elon Musk is one of the. He's like the Da Vinci of our times, except he's building this cool stuff, isn't he?
Crazy, yeah.
That is amazing.
Spaceships and
electric
cool cars and...
He does it for the sake of humanity.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
That is awesome.
The cool thing about electric vehicles is that if you live in Tokyo Prefecture, I don't, unfortunately. They actually give you 10 years of car tax nullified.
Oh wow, that's really
for now.
That's a great incentive.
Yeah, you can also get 40 man from Japan, and I think Tokyo Prefecture also does like a 20 man or something as an incentive. So when you buy an electric car, you get 40 man from the country, and if you live in Tokyo, you get like 20 man.
Right.
So you can basically, if you're looking to buy an electric car, you can pretty much subtract 60 man-ish from the price.
That's 60 grand. That's $600 basically ish.
Yeah.
Rokuju
man is like
$6,000.
$6,000.
Yeah, $6,000. So 600,000. Yeah, sorry, I got my numbers mixed up there. That's a good deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's
reading the car next. It's reading that taxi over there.
Yes, it is.
That's amazing. I heard Elon Musk was doing a lot of clouds, or what is it? He wanted to put a lot of the software on the cloud. There we go.
Well, I was just doing it normally because these guys are stopping on the end.
Still, that was a lot of pickup there. But like, I heard a lot of the stuff that he does, he does it basically for the sake of like trying to get more competitors. Like he says he wants more electric vehicle competitors. So some of the software is like on open source or whatever that they use.
Yeah, so some of their patents are open patents, which means that they won't fight it in court and whatever.
That is amazing.
Which is pretty cool. But at the same time, you know, I mean, having an open patent does not mean like the blueprints to the Tesla's like engines or whatever are open for anyone to use. A patent is more vague. It's basically like the minimum explanation you would need to have a specific unique idea.
Right. So basically, that allows the.
Yeah. So they get it. They basically get a gist of what the uniqueness of the idea is.
That is amazing. It's picking up all of these cars here, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
And there's like a magical cone that's just like next to that car for some reason.
I wonder what that. Maybe it's the light from that guy's car right there.
Yeah, that might be it.
I mean, in the long run too, you don't have to pay for gas.
Yeah. So my I guess you would call it gas bill. So my gas bill used to be about 8,000 yen a month. So like maybe about $70 or something like that.
Yeah.
A month. But now my electricity cost per kilometer is about 1/5 of what it was. But I've been driving about 3 times more, so
wow.
But still, my daily or my monthly energy cost for this car alone is somewhere maybe around like 6,000 when my gasoline cost used to be 8,000. So
So you're saving,
and I'm driving 3 times as much. So
yeah. So you get a lot more value out of it in the long run.
Oh yeah.
Right next to the tower here. Let me bump up the. There we go. Bump up the exposure on my phone here. This is nice. Yeah, that's one of the major incentives for having an electric vehicle is, overall cost savings, right? In terms of the long run, or in the long run, rather.
Alrighty.
There's the tower.
There's Tokyo Tower.
Last time I did a car-related video, we drove past Tokyo Tower, my buddy's BMW.
Nice. Yeah. Also, the roof is glass.
That is pretty cool.
You can look out on the roof, which is nice.
On some construction over here. Do you think that the future of vehicles is purely electric, or do you think there's gonna be like alternate fuels that come out?
Yeah,
as well?
I think for normal passenger vehicles bought by everyday average people, I think it's going to be battery powered electric vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
The only other viable solution I would see maybe for some use cases is maybe like hydrogen for like really large
cars.
Buses like long haul buses and stuff like that. But but it
just circle around.
Yep.
Oh, we just come back the way we came.
Yeah.
That works. But yeah, it's, basically the technology is there. It's just I wonder how endurance racing is gonna last. Like that's the one thing with auto racing and stuff. Right now it's mostly petrol still. They have Formula E, but
yeah,
that's not really catching on. But they use hybrid vehicles for endurance racing.
Yeah, well, to be honest, they've gotten it so like you can charge so fast that like literally I think it would be very feasible in the future to where like your pit would have maybe like 2 or 3 battery packs.
Right. Yeah.
They'll just charge them out, and then when you drive up, like maybe they'll have it like the battery pack will be like recessed under the ground.
Yeah.
And then it'll like do some sort of switch and like switch out the battery packs. I think that would be totally feasible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I think they're building those battery swap things in the States for long haul drives for Tesla, right?
Well, not for Tesla, but
for
Tesla. I don't know who they're building them for, if they're building them, but yeah, that is one way that you can do it. But Elon Musk has said many times that that's not necessary, and that Tesla's supercharger network is totally adequate, and I believe him. I mean, yeah. I think it's a good.
You see all the Tesla cars parked in front of the Meijer near my hometown. They get their shopping done while they charge up.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense. Oh, there's the Ferrari dealership right there.
Yep.
So this thing's about as powerful as whatever the hell's in there.
Yep.
This was a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for the ride. Thanks for showing me the Tesla Model 3. You said this is the performance
Yep.
edition, right?
Performance edition.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, man.
All right, it was nice. It was nice seeing you.
Yeah.
So opening the car is kind of interesting.
Yes.
So there's a button on the top,
Yes.
and when
right here.
when you press that button, it'll undo the latch, but you have to kind of push the door out yourself.
Oh,
so,
I see.
So you kind of put a little bit outward pressure on the door, and then you hit the button, and
Oh yeah, there it goes.
Yep. Careful not to hit the.
Yeah,
fence.
I'm actually a little concerned because it's windy. What about the trunk?
Oh yeah, I'll open it up.
All right, that's really cool. All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
See you.
Here it is. And there's my bag. Yeah. Push on the Tesla logo. Oh, I didn't do it right. Is it in? All right, thank you. He's programming his way home. Man, that was fun. That was a cool car. That thing is neat. Awesome. Woo! Look at it go.